How's it going, guys? Kelsey Reviews, and yeah, I'm talking to you guys one-to-one with this video. There's gonna be no editing. This video is very unscripted, and it's because this is a point that I've been wanting to talk about, and it's probably gonna give me a ton of hate, and that's fine. I mean, if there's anything I learned from my friend Death is that people are gonna bitch about fucking everything. So keep in mind, everything I'm stating in this video is strictly my opinion. Because today, we're going to be talking about the upcoming release, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. And before any of that, I just want to say right now that I am personally excited for the game. Now, if that makes you not want to hear my opinion because I am excited, and yes, I have pre-ordered, I understand. But I urge you to hear me out, because maybe my points will convince you about all this overhate and the overhating points and how dumb they are. Because they are dumb. And there's three major hating points that people are targeting towards this game. So, we're going to talk about all three of them in a video right now. And I'm going to be mature about it. And I'm going to do my best to explain why these points are just not valid. Especially in the gaming culture we are today. So, with all that being said, let's get into the first major criticism this game is facing. The fact that it's a loot-based game. Now, me personally, I have no issue with loot-based games. In fact, loot-based games have been some of my favorite games to play. You know, games like The Witcher 3 has loot-based in it. Games like Skyrim, not Skyrim, but Starfield has it. But one of my favorite games of all time, in fact, one of my favorite franchises of all time, was built upon this. Borderlands. What I'm saying is, depending on how you do loot systems, loot-based games can be fun and addicting. Borderlands is what pushed this genre forward. You can argue Diablo 2, but I say Borderlands because that's where I started. That's what got me hooked. Borderlands 2 is often considered one of the best, if not the best, looter shooters of all time. A game that had a ton of different loot varieties and addicting gameplay to keep you invested in grinding your loot. I had friends, and I'm guilty of this, that grinded the same boss for hours because not only was it fun, but you got a sweet reward at the end with a certain legendary. Now, I'm not saying looters can't be done bad. In fact, there have been good examples of this. In Death, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I'm going to bring one of your favorite games into it. Gotham Knights. This game had a terrible loot system. It was not done well. It was not executed properly. I understand what they were trying to go for, but the loot system in that game had no point. That game could have been a basic standard beat-em-up game, and it would have worked well. Now, I'm not saying Suicide Squad couldn't be a bad looter, or it couldn't be a good looter. We don't know yet. But here's what I'm expecting, and from what I've seen, this is what I've been noticing, and I hope you guys can see it too. If you watch the gameplay, it seems like the loot system is aiming towards more of a Borderlands feel. It has the guns, and each rarity will look different and more unique and more distinct. That's kind of what I want in my looters. I don't want something like Marvel's The Avengers or Gotham Knights where it feels like any gear I get is fucking pointless because it's just a stat upgrade. I want to feel like a badass holding a legendary weapon or equipping a piece of legendary armor. Games like Starfield does this perfectly. Games like Borderlands and Destiny all do this beautifully. And from what I've seen in the gameplay, it does seem like Suicide Squad is pushing more towards the Borderlands and Destiny feel compared to Gotham Knights and compared to The Division. So, that's point number one out of the way. Point number two, the game is not dark and gritty. This one really fucking irritates me. People who are saying this game isn't dark and gritty like Arkham doesn't know the comic books they're a fan of, apparently. Now, I love Batman Arkham. Batman Arkham Knight, Asylum, City and Night are some of the best, to me, honestly, they are the best superhero games ever made. They are beautifully done, rich storytelling, beautiful cities and environments. I mean, they executed it flawlessly. But the reason why that setting and that tone fit is because the dark and gritty feel fits Batman. If you watch any Batman film, with the exception of maybe Batman Forever, Batman Robin, but not a lot of Batman fans consider that shit. But if you watch Batman, Batman Returns, the Dark Knight trilogy, and The Batman with Robert Pattinson, there is a major common feel. It is dark and gritty. Most of the comic books that he's based on are dark and gritty. The point being, Batman is a dark and gritty hero. Not to mention, those games are set in Gotham, one of the most crime-polluted cities in that universe. Now compare this to the Suicide Squad, a team that's made up of criminals with very over-the-top personalities. Let me just say that. Very over-the-top personalities, and they all have humor to them. They're always over-the-top, violent, but crack jokes. I mean, hell, you have people like Captain Boomerang, King Shark, and fucking Harley Quinn on your team. Hell, the Polka Dot Man. How is it? What in what world? Hell, all you have to do is just watch this movie. You get the gist. Read any of the fucking comic books. You get the point. Watch any of the DC animated films. You will get the point. Suicide Squad has never been dark and gritty. They're always over the top and comedic. They've always been an over the top group of characters. That is the point. That is why they are there. So of course the game is not going to aim for a dark and gritty feel like fucking Batman. And I'm tired of people trying to say, well, this game should have been dark and gritty. So you want a dark and gritty Harley Quinn, a dark and gritty Captain Boomerang, a dark and gritty King Shark. Hell, if they end up adding Polka Dot Man, a dark and gritty Polka Dot Man. How the fuck would that work? Rocksteady has already said multiple times, and even during the creative process of Batman Arkham Knight, and during the interview for this, they make their games feel like the characters that you're playing as. They want to make sure they stay true to the IP and source material. So of course, Batman is going to be dark and fucking gritty. Of course, the Suicide Squad is going to be over the top and fucking bombastic. That is the point. Not to mention, you know where this game is set in? Metropolis, a city filled with hope. It's colorful, bright. It's filled with landmarks of the heroes. It is full of hopeful citizens. When you look at Gotham, it is dirty, wet from all the rain, because it fucking constantly rains there, but it's dark. It's dirty. It's full of crime. Which one makes more sense to be over the top and comedic and dark and gritty? I'm just wondering. Hell, even if this game was set in Gotham, it would still need that humor, because guess what? That is the Suicide Squad's identity. The people who are making this debate don't know shit about the source material. They don't know shit about the comic books, because it's obvious they just want another Batman Arkham game. They don't want Rocksteady to try to step out of their comfort zone. They want another Batman Arkham game. That's all they want. They don't give a fuck if they do something different. They want the same thing they've been getting. And you know what? This is where I kind of agree with Death on something. The fans keep pushing for change and innovation and doing something different with their games, but when they do it, they get pushed back and they demand the same thing they've gotten before. And then they bitch about it when they do it, when they do the same thing, and they fucking cry and bitch and moan about, it's just the same fucking game. Then when they change it, why isn't it like the last game? You can't make these people fucking happy. You can't. And it's a damn shame, because the traversal in this game and the environment of Metropolis and the personalities burst off the screen for me. They look really well done. The characters feel like their counterparts. They feel Harley Quinn acts like Harley Quinn. Captain Boomerang acts like Captain Boomerang. They are done so well. But yet people are bitching because it's not dark and gritty like Batman Arkham. So do you want a new game? Or do you want us another Batman Arkham game? Because it seems like all these people want Rocksteady to do is keep pumping out this Batman Arkham games, which is a travesty, because this game actually looks like they're wanting to do something new. They're trying to do something different. And of course, they're getting pushback from people because they just want the same thing they got last time. The last point is the fact this game is a live service. Now, I can half agree and half disagree on this, but the people that are complaining are some fucking hypocrites. See, if you don't know what live service is a game that's been made to support a lot of future content, cosmetics, events, all that shit. It's a game that's meant to keep going for years and years. So they kind of have to keep players' attention. You know, think of games like Fortnite and Dead by Daylight and Call of Duty. Those are live service games. Now, what people are bitching about and screaming about is this. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is a full-price $70 game, but it's also a live service game. Guess what game was one of the top sellers this year and is a live service game and is a full $70? Call of fucking Duty Modern Warfare 3. And these are the people that are bitching about the Suicide Squad, but yet they'll buy, and look, I'm guilty of it. They buy Call of Duty every fucking year knowing what it is, a live service game. But yet they want to complain when another game, which is the Suicide Squad, is that. And I know they're going to throw the excuse of, well, it's a multiplayer game, so it's okay. But in these people debates, they are screaming to the sky about how live service is harming the industry. They don't say live service in single-player games or in co-op games. They say live service in general. But these are the people who buy these cosmetic sets for Dead by Daylight. These are the people who buy these Fortnite bundles in Fortnite. These are the people that buy Call of Duty every fucking year. And they're complaining about the Suicide Squad being the same thing. But yeah, these people eat up Call of Duty every year. These people eat every single event in Fortnite. These people eat all the new characters they release in Dead by Daylight. And I hope to God they try to fucking sit there and tell me, oh, but those aren't live service games. They are. See, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is implementing a battle pass, which the devs have already stated will be purely cosmetic only. Guess what else has a battle pass? Call of Duty in a $70 release game. Fortnite has a battle pass, and granted that's a free-to-play game. But Dead by Daylight has a battle pass. You guys are complaining about the thing that you consume. You consume it all the time. You say vote with your wallets for Suicide Squad, but you guys don't do it for things like Call of Duty. You guys don't do it for things like Dead by Daylight. You guys continue to consume product while bitching about another product. I enjoy the battle passes and things like Fortnite. I enjoy the battle passes in Dead by Daylight. Hell, I enjoy the battle passes for Call of Duty. Hell, the Spawn battle pass for last season of MW2 was exceptionally well done. So why can't Suicide Squad try to do something great with this battle pass? Why can't they do the same thing these other games are doing, the games that you properly consume on a daily basis? Why can't this game do it without it being an issue? I know why, because the people that are complaining about this are screaming from the rooftops they want another Batman Arkham game. This goes back to what I'm saying. These are these diehard Rocksteady fans, and look, I'm a Rocksteady fan too. I love Batman Arkham, but I'm not screaming and craving another Batman Arkham game. We already got the conclusion to Batman Arkham with Batman Arkham Knight. The only thing I want from Batman Arkham right now is probably a next-gen port of all three games that adds 4K with ray tracing, 60 FPS, all that other bullshit. That'd be really cool to have. But you guys are wanting Batman Arkham. You guys want that again and again and again. I hate to tell you guys, but that can't happen no more. Kevin Conroy sadly passed away. We can't get the definitive Batman back. The story is concluded for Batman and Batman Arkham Knight. That story concluded beautifully, in my opinion, and that's where it should stay. Let Rocksteady make the games that they want to make. It's obvious they really do care about the Suicide Squad IP. I mean, none of the characters are acting out of place. They all act like their comic book counterpart. And that's a great thing. This game is being set in the Arkhamverse. It's being set in the same universe that you guys love. But it's not good enough. You guys just want the same thing that you guys have always gotten. As I said, I know this video is going to get a shit ton of hate. And at this point, I don't care, because if I'm pissing people off, that means I'm speaking the truth. I'm speaking the fucking truth about these people. You guys consume live service games 24/7, but when the game like this does it, that's where you draw the line. And I guarantee you, you're bitching and moaning while playing Call of Duty. You're bitching and moaning while playing Fortnite. You're bitching and moaning while playing Dead by Daylight. But apparently Suicide Squad can't do the same thing. So keep that same energy. Start boycotting Call of Duty now. Start boycotting Dead by Daylight. Start boycotting Fortnite then if you hate live service that much, instead of continually supporting it. Me, I'm excited for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. I pre-ordered my deluxe edition to play this shit 3 days early, so I can stream it for you guys and I can do a review. And guess what? If the game sucks, I will say it sucks. If it's greedy with its microtransactions, I will say it's greedy. But if I see no issue, I'm not going to fucking talk about it. This issue has been on my mind for a long fucking time, and it feels great to get this shit out in the open. If you guys agree with me, I will say thank you for that. Let me know down in the comments. If you disagree with me, hell, leave it in the comments down below. But I suggest everyone that's hating on this game, keep that same fucking energy. Keep the same energy with it. Because honestly, the people that are complaining about this are the ones that are eating other live service games on a daily basis. I am Celtic Reviews, and I'll see you guys next time.